One of the questions that I seem to get asked on this channel the most is, what film school did you study at? And because of how frequently and how often I've been asked this question, I'm seriously believing that a lot of people believe you have to go to film school in order to become a freelance filmmaker. You don't, and let me explain why. Now, before I get into this video, let me first just explain that university and film school can be extremely beneficial, but it doesn't mean you're going to become a freelance filmmaker. Let me explain. The filmmaking industry is a creative industry, and this means in order to get onto a job, you have to have experience rather than an education. So it's really important that you know what you're doing, and it's really important that you know how to act on set. But just because you've got a university degree doesn't mean that you're going to guarantee yourself walking onto a film set or walking onto a video shoot just because of this degree. Your past experience is far more important than a degree is to you. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm saying don't go to university, don't go to film school, because that would be hypocritical of me. I went to college and I went to university and I studied video production, but I'm not working as a freelance videographer because of my degree. Not once has anyone ever asked to see my degree. In fact, I'm pretty sure I've lost my certificate because I never even used it. University is really good because it gives you 3 or 4 years, depending on how long your course is, to basically practice. You've got all of this time to practice and study and learn new ways of telling a story and practice with specific equipment. You've basically got 3 to 4 years to learn and improve as a filmmaker. And that is really important. Now, if you're not at university or college, then you're not going to have all of this time to designate towards practicing and improving your craft as a filmmaker. You're going to have to work a full-time or part-time job to bring money in and then try your very best on the side to pick up as many skills as you can. But university is definitely a faster way of learning. Now, the second reason why university is also really handy is because you're going to be surrounded by like-minded individuals. You're going to be surrounded by 30, 40, 50 wannabe filmmakers, and this means you can network like crazy. You can basically collaborate with all of these people, you can build your own production company, and you can basically run an experiment and learn at the same time, and that's really going to help you improve as a filmmaker. University is also obviously a class environment, it's a school environment, so you're going to have lecturers and teachers that work in the industry or have worked in the industry that are going to give you tips and advice on how to improve and different ways of improving your filmmaking, and that's really awesome. But university isn't a guarantee to getting a job in the industry. Just because you've done your 3 years, you've made a bunch of films, and you've graduated, doesn't mean you can now walk onto any set that you like, pick up the camera, and start working. You still need to network, and you still need to prove yourself as a filmmaker. And just because you're a university graduate doesn't mean that you're ahead of anyone. You've still got the same amount of experience as somebody else. You just now have a degree to say that you're qualified in what you're doing, but that doesn't really matter in this industry too much. Now, let me give you a quick example. We've got 2 people. Person A goes to university. They spend 3 years at film school. They attend all of the classes that they're required to, but they don't really do much else. Outside of that, they're partying, they're doing freshers, they're doing everything that a university student would. Now, we've got person B, this is our second person, they didn't go to university and they've used all of their time to shoot as many videos as they can. They're at home, they're making videos, they're watching tutorials, they're practicing, they're trying new techniques, and they're basically just growing their skills and practicing as much as they can. Now, they're taking those skills, they're making videos with their friends, they're making videos for people, they're selling their services for free, and they're basically growing at a really healthy rate. Now, fast forward 3 years, person A has just graduated university and they've got a first-class honors degree in filmmaking. Congratulations. Person B has just spent the last 3 years hustling and doing video shoots and networking and collaborating with people because they put in the work and they really designated their time towards growing as a filmmaker. Person B has now got a network. They've done video shoots, and this means they have a showreel. They've got a portfolio, and this means that people are now getting in touch with person B in order to do some work. So person A has a degree, but no network and no experience. Person B has no degree, but has a network and experience. You can see how university doesn't guarantee you a job. Now, it's all well and good in me coming up with 2 hypothetical examples, but realistically, it all comes down to you. Do you really want to be a filmmaker, and do you really want to put the work in? It doesn't matter if you go to university or if you don't go to university. It's up to you to put the work in and really, really work your absolute hardest, network, push your work out there, and that's the way that you're going to succeed as a filmmaker. So no, you don't need to go to university to become a filmmaker, and going to university doesn't guarantee that you will become a successful freelance filmmaker. It all basically comes down to your own work ethic and how much you want this to happen. So in answer to all of those questions, every time somebody's asked me if I should go to a university or a college to become a filmmaker, do what's right for you. Listen to yourself. University is a great way to grow and experiment and figure out what part of filmmaking you love, but you don't have to go to university to become a filmmaker. So listen to what's happening inside of your brain and your heart, listen to yourself, and go with the decision that works for you. And there you go. That is my answer and my response to the should I go to university to be a filmmaker question. So thank you for watching this video. I really appreciate your support. And if you've got any requests at all, if you want to see anything in a future video, then just let me know in that comment section below and I'll try my best to make a video for you as soon as possible. So thank you for watching and I'll see you on the next video. See you there.